Hey everybody, Coach Jason. Hope you're doing well. So I put out a short yesterday about adjustments that you can make in a workout, whether you're an athlete or a coach, that can really propel your performance. And I want to go into a little bit more detail with that because it could be the difference towards getting you to your goal, whatever your goal might be. Also closing the gap in a cross country team, maybe shortening the spread from a minute for 1 through 5 to 40 seconds, maybe even less. It's things like this that can get people corrected in their training to help them get to where they want to be. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to go into this, okay? And we're going to go over some threshold stuff and some specific pace reps, 3K pace and 5K pace. And the goal is to improve your fitness further than it was before. And again, it's not only running a same workout faster, okay, or more volume or cutting the recovery. It's things like this, pivots that you can make, okay, that can really help identify where somebody is having an issue with the workout, okay? And this is why I'm doing this video. And like I said, it can help close the gap in training groups as well in cross country races, okay? So this is the type of stuff I'm going to be doing more of on this channel. So if you're not sub to this channel yet, please do if you're an athlete or a coach, okay? My goal is to help you solve problems, okay, as a coach or an athlete. Find opportunities to or find openings that, okay, I can fix this puzzle piece, right? To help my athletes get better, help address a problem that they might be having. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's get into this. I'll give you an example, threshold reps. Let's just say the goal for the day is 6 times 1,000, right? At with a 1 minute recovery at your appropriate threshold pace, whatever that pace is. But at a certain point, your athletes at this point can't really get through six of them. Maybe they can get through four and then they slow down the fifth and the sixth reps. So you know they can't handle the full volume of the workout yet. That's okay. So what you can do is you can cut the workout down to 6 times 800. Okay, shorter reps. If they can handle the full volume there at the same threshold pace, that's a good progression point. And at that point, you can repeat the workout again in a week or two, increase by one rep. So the next time you do it, you're at 7 times 800. And then the next time you do it, eight times 800. And then once you get to that point, which is pretty much the equivalent distance to 6 times 1,000, once they can handle the full volume of the workout, because the fact is the goal here is to get to 6K or 4 miles worth of volume at this particular pace. And if they can't handle it with the longer reps, you can cut the reps back a little bit. Then once they get to the point where they can handle the full volume, then you can go back up and try to do a 6 times 1,000 or try to do 5 times 1,000, get through that, and then do 6 times 1,000. Okay. Like I said here, increasing by one rep until you're at 8 reps for the 800s. So 8 times 800 was only 400-meter difference between that and 6 times 1,000. And then when you can handle the volume, or you can look at the hour day, you go back up to the original workout volume. At that point, you may have created a transition point that and makes it easier for you to handle the full volume of the workout. Because no matter what the volume of the workout is, you want to make sure that yourself or your athletes can actually benefit from the full thing, not have to suffer a couple of reps and basically have wasted reps here. This is another reason on the flip side why I do a couple of 200-meter reps at the goal pace of the workout in the beginning, so you can identify the pace before you even start the workout. That way you can maximize the full benefit of the workout. But if on the back end you start to tail off, your athlete starts to tail off, this is the adjustment that you can make to help them create that fix, right? Address that issue, then climb back up and get to where the original distance of the workout is, which is 6 times 1,000. Okay. So that's threshold. And there's a lot of things you can do. You can cut 2K reps down to mile reps. You can cut mile reps down to 1,200-meter reps. You can cut 1,200s down to 1,000. So something you can do. Okay. And you're going down to the same amount of reps where the goal of the workout for the shorter reps. And then you add one rep each time you do it until you're at the goal volume of the workout. And then you can go back up to the longer reps at the appropriate distance. So, second one, 5K pace reps. Here, same thing. It goes to do 6 times 1,000 with a 2 minute recovery. The recovery is always different at 5K pace. Okay. And you're building towards this. So, and if you can't handle, let's just say the same thing happens, slowing down a fifth or sixth rep or whatnot. And that's not an abnormal thing. Okay. Not everybody can handle that type of volume with these types of reps early on or even later on. So what do you do? Well, you can cut it back to 6 times 800. Get through that first. Get through the distance of the race itself. Okay, which is 6 times 800 It's pretty much the same thing as 5K minus 200 meters. So, and then you can do increase by 1 rep until you're at 8 reps. So the next time you do it, 7 times an 800 with a 2 minute recovery. And then you go 8 times an 800 with a 2 minute recovery. And once you can get the benefit, once you can handle the full volume of 8 times an 800 at the goal pace, at 5K pace, then you bump it back up to 6,000, 6 times 1,000, and see if you can do it then. So it's the same philosophy as the threshold, but obviously the recovery is different. Okay, so that's 5K pace. And this is just one example again. You can do 1,200-meter reps. You can do 800-meter reps and cut back down to 600. You can do 1,200, cut down to 1,000. So there's a lot of cut downs that you can do. And then the angular movement that you move to the side, and then you go back up once you can handle the volume with the shorter reps, and then you try to go back to the longer reps. That will enable you to handle that instead of doing the same workout and tailing off a couple times every time you do it. So this is a way of creating that solution. Okay. Last one, 3K pace reps. Let's just say you're trying to get to 6 times an 800 with a 2 minute recovery at 3K pace. Okay. If it's 1,000-meter reps, you're doing a 3K pace, or 1,200, you're doing a at 3 minute recovery. For 1,200s, 230 recovery for thousands. Okay. So here is 6 times an 800. The goal is 3K pace for 2 minute recovery. But the same thing, they're tailing off, fifth or sixth rep, right? So you drop it down to 6 times a 600, which is 3,600 meters, which is pretty much on par with the 3K pace minus 600 meters. So, and once you get to 6 times 600, that volume, and you can handle that 3K pace, then you add it. You go to 7 times 600 next time. And then you try to go to 8 times 600, which is the same distance as 6 times 800. And once you get there, once you can handle that 4 miles worth of volume or 3 miles worth of volume at 3K pace, then you can go back up and try the 6 times 800. Okay. So these are the 3 examples I wanted to share with you. And again, once you can handle that distance of the shorter rep, you move back up. And again, rule of thumb, okay, for 3K pace, if you can get to the point where you can do 3 miles worth of training at 3K pace, that's a good thing. If you can get to the point where you're doing 4 miles worth of volume at 5K pace, that's a good thing as well. But you're building towards this over time. Okay. So this is where you look, if you see a lot of my training plans, whether it's mile pace or 3K pace, or you're building incrementally towards the goal pace at the goal distance. Okay. It's not everybody can handle it right away. Or you might have a training group where certain people can handle it and other people are hanging off for dear life and they can't. This is where something like this applies. Okay. Which enables the people that are hanging on for dear life to get the maximum benefit of the shorter reps, which will enable them to transition back upward towards the other group. And then you'll have that bigger group training together. But this is a way of creating that solution for the people who can't necessarily hang for the whole entire workout. So let me know if you have any questions about this. This is something that I've done with a lot of athletes. And this is something you identify. This is why I always mention coaching with the eye is important and taking notes, because you can see, okay, he or she did, let's just say they're doing 6 times 800 with a 3 minute recovery, your girls, right? And the last 2 reps, they're running 307, 38, 310, or whatever it might be. Well, at that point, you can cut it back towards 600s at 214 to 215, which is the same thing as 3 minute pace. Okay. And once they can get through the whole entire volume at 3K pace, okay, or 5K pace, whatever it might be, then you can go back up to the 800-meter reps. Same thing goes for thousands. You're running 800, you're cutting back down 800s, you're running the same pace for 800s than you are thousands. Okay. Once you get to that point, you can handle the volume, then you move up to back to the thousands at the same pace. So hope you found this helpful. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and let me know if you have any questions. You can reach out to me directly at blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. Okay. You have direct access to me for any questions about any videos I have on this channel. 400 plus videos. We're working on turning it to 500 videos. So let me know. Okay. Have a great season. Train smart, train hard, and I'll see you all next time.